Hi friends, good morning. Myself Mr. B.R. Sanap, lecturer in Mechanical Engineering Department of KQAK Polytechnic Nasik. Friends, today we are going to discuss about composition and microstructure of various types of cast iron. Then we will see the difference between white and grey cast iron, then difference between white and malleable cast iron, and difference between carbon steel and cast iron. Then we will see one by one. So there are some compositions and microstructure of various types of cast iron. Basically, there are four types of cast iron: grey cast iron, white cast iron, then malleable cast iron, and nodular cast iron. So the first percentage of element in grey cast iron, that is carbon percent, is 2.5 to 4% is present in the grey cast iron. Then in white cast iron, 1.8% to 3.6% carbon is present. Then in malleable cast iron, 2% to 2.6% carbon is present. And then in a nodular cast iron, or we can say a ductile cast iron, 3% to 4% carbon is present. Then second element, that is silicon, it will be present in grey cast iron, that is 1% to 3%. Then in white cast iron, 0.5 to 1.9%. Then malleable in malleable cast iron, it will be 1.1 to 1.6%. And then in nodular cast iron, it will be 1.8 to 2.8%. The next element, that is manganese. In grey cast iron, the percentage of manganese is 0.25% to 1%, and in case of white cast iron, it will be 0.25 to 0.8%. Then manganese present in malleable cast iron is 0.1 to 1.1%, and in nodular cast iron, it will be maximum, that is 1%. Then another element, that is sulfur, it will be present in grey cast iron, 0.02 to 0.25%. Then sulfur again present in white cast iron, that is 0.06 to 0.20%. In malleable cast iron, the 0.04 to 0.18%, and in nodular cast iron, 0.03 is the maximum percentage of sulfur. The next element, that is the phosphorus. In case of grey cast iron, the phosphorus is present near about 0.05% to 1%. In white cast iron, it will be 0.06 to 0.18%, and in case of malleable cast iron, maximum it is a 0.80%. And in case of nodular cast iron, the phosphorus is maximum 0.1% is present. These are the compositions and microstructure of various types of cast iron. Then in next slide, we will see the difference between white and grey cast iron. So the first point regarding white cast iron, all carbon is present in the form of combined carbon, that is cementite. But in case of grey cast iron, all carbons is present in the form of graphite flakes. The second point, in white cast iron, the appearance of fracture surface is white, but in case of grey cast iron, the appearance of fracture surface is a grey. Then there are some compositions. So carbon present in case of white cast iron is near about 2.3% to 3%, and silicon is 0.5 to 1.3%. In case of grey cast iron, the chemical composition, that is percentage of carbon, 3.2 to 3.7%, and silicon is 2% to 3.5%. Then fourth point, in case of white cast iron, it is hard and brittle. Grey cast iron is soft and ductile. The hardness of white cast iron is near about 350 to 500 bhn, and the hardness of grey cast iron is 150 to 300 bhn. Then there are some applications of white cast iron. It is used in a road roller, then pump liners, mill liners, dies and extrusion. Grey cast iron is used in machine bases, the engine frames, then drainage pipes, elevators, pistons of internal combustion engine, then flywheels and cylinders. The next, differentiate between white and malleable cast iron. The first point, the white cast iron is obtained by rapid cooling. The malleable cast iron is obtained from white cast iron by special annealing process. Then there is some compositions. In case of white cast iron, the carbon percent is near about 1.8 to 3.6%. Then silicon is present in white cast iron is near about 0.5 to 2%. Then manganese 0.2 to 0.8%, phosphorus 0.18%, and silicon is 0.10%. In case of malleable cast iron, it contains 2 to 3% carbon, then 0.6 to 1.3% silicon, then 0.2 to 0.6% manganese, then 0.15% phosphorus, and 0.10% silicon. Then white gray cast iron is very brittle as well as hard, but malleable cast iron is compared to white cast iron, it is very brittle, means it is less brittle and less hard. Then white cast iron is an excellent wear resistance, then malleable cast iron has a good wear resistance, then white cast iron having not a good machinability, and malleable cast iron is excellent machinable. Then there are some applications of white cast iron. It is used in impeller and volute of slurry pumps. Then it is used in balls and rings, in coal pulverizers, in ball mills and grinding mills. Then malleable cast iron mostly used in automotive industry, railroad, agriculture equipments, conveyors, gear case and universal joint yoke. Then next difference between carbon steel and cast iron. So carbon steel contains 0.08% to 1.5% carbon, but cast iron contains 1.8 to 4.2% carbon. Then in carbon steel, free graphite is totally absent, but in cast iron free graphite is present. Then carbon steel are malleable, ductile as well as tough, but cast irons are hard and brittle. Then carbon steel comparatively high melting point, then cast iron having a low melting point. Carbon steels can be rust readily, but cast iron do not rust readily. They can be forged and welded, but cast iron cannot be forged and welded. So this is the difference between carbon steel and cast iron. Then there are some effects of silicon and phosphorus on cast iron. If silicon is present, then what will be the effects on cast iron, that we will see. It increase the fluidity of metal if it is present in cast iron. Then second, it induces the softness in the iron. Then it produces casting which are free from blowholes, and it promotes the formation of gray cast iron. Then if phosphorus is present in cast iron, then obviously it increases the hardness and strength. Then it lowers the solidus temperature as well as it increases fluidity and cold shortness in cast iron. Then in next slide, if the sulfur as well as manganese is present in cast iron, then what is the effect of presence of the sulfur in cast iron, that we will see. The first, it encourages the formation of blowholes and make the casting unsound if sulfur is present. Then it promotes formation of cast iron, then causes red shortness, that is brittleness at high temperature. Then if the manganese is present in cast iron, then it increases hardness as well as brittleness. And check the bad effect of sulfur by forming manganese silicon, which is not injurious in small quantity. Thank you very much.